Testing. There we go. A fact that actually just had shocked me. When starting any business, whether it's mom and pop, MLM, network marketing, McDonald's franchise, car wash, etc., ask your friends and family to buy from you one time, especially if you're a rookie at this. One time. If they say no or that looks like a scam, stop talking, thank them for their time, and go. And never, ever mention it again. They live by sight, not by vision. And do not convince no one. You do not have to justify your pursuit of success to anyone. Got it? Do not. I'm going to repeat this. Do not ask them again. I'm dead serious. More serious than a heart attack. There's a reason. This is nothing personal. It's just business. There's a psychological reason for this proven by data. If you were not born or bred around lots of money and grew up around lack thereof, no matter how much you've grown your mind to respect money, your friends and family will always, listen to this very carefully, get this in your head, they will always look and see you from the past, broke and the same person. Doesn't matter what you say to them, no matter how amazing your products are, they don't see that. They see the past, and you're in it. Hey, look, I'm sorry. I want to say I do not subscribe to this. I'm sorry I have to say it like this. However, you can't control how your family and friends believe or think otherwise. They watch the news, they listen to negative gossip, they agree with negative shit going on in the world. If they do not see themselves as wealthy, what makes you think they see you as wealthy or even your business at all? Let's say your opportunity do become successful. You know what? It will rock the poor me boat. Wealthy people like yourself are not in the misery loves company pity party anymore because you found your power within. But here's the unfortunate thing. They are addicted to your past. Like the saying goes, what people like to say all the time. When the devil reminds you of your past, you remind him of your future. Well, let me rephrase that. I like to say, when the devil reminds you of your past, it's your job to remind yourself of the now going into the future. I'm not saying your family is the devil, but take the word devil and flip it around. They're seeing the life you actually lived. So, is this a fact? Yes. This affects 1 out of 1 million business owners and families getting a start in the USA now. Out of every successful family dynasty, they had started by asking friends and family. The Waltons had built their general store in the Ozarks post Great Depression by having their household buy from the family store. They asked their F&Fs for support. All but one declined. They stayed focused growing the store, which grew to become Walmart. The world's second wealthiest family still shop there to this day. A traveling salesman during the Great Depression taught his son how not to be taken advantage of by ripping him off constantly until he learned to trust his instincts. He passed his skill on to his own children years later, which created the Rockefeller family that controls Exxon, Chevron, and other oil conglomerates. They still fill their vehicles up with these products to this day. A young man aimed to create a horseless carriage, built it in his home with the help of his wife. Later on to name a car after their son, taught the family how to build and invest and reinvest. The whole Ford family buy their cars from Ford Motor Company to this day. And growing up around politicians and investment bankers, learned and asked questions about trade until building his own sugar and cement empire, passed his knowledge on to his children to create Africa's biggest industrial conglomerate, Aliko Dangote Group, which they still buy to this day. What do Ford, Walton, the Dangotes, and the Rockefeller family have in common? They asked extended family for support and faced doubt or simply a no. I can imagine it looked like a scam at the time. But if it so happened that you become extremely blessed with a supportive, immediate, and extended family that see your value and have trust in your intelligence to invest in you. You better respect and honor that trust in every single thing you do in your business. You were blessed with a Rockefeller family state of mind. That's extremely rare. 1 out of 1 million, folks. 1 out of 1 million. This is where most people would say strangers will help you quicker than people you know. Well, yes, that does make sense because they think they know you. In the past, that is. Good thing strangers just remind you that this is a brand new day. This is why it's critical to respect your time and effort by asking once and only once to either join you or buy your products. If they say no or show any signs of skepticism, especially if they call it a scam of all things, do not take it personal. They're only describing to you who they are. Go and bill for your household. Now, this can be painful at the beginning. I know, I've been there. It stings, man. It stings like something fierce. It can keep you up all night, feeling betrayed, even worthless, if you attach your worth with how your family think of you. So it will require massive emotional healing, especially if your business involves wanting to create a financial foundation for the whole family tree. The thing that gets most self-made entrepreneurs and billionaires you see on the cover of Forbes all the time is having to leave some loved ones behind mentally. Not saying you can't hang out with fam. However, the conversations will change where you will sound more like a 1%er instead of a 99er. You see, 99ers have no vision. They live by sight and they worry about others' business. Now imagine trying to have a family get together with that concept. This is what makes most entrepreneurs fail and give up. Not because of the opportunity or the business idea that was a failure. No, it has nothing to do with the business. But because they are addicted to the circle of family while worried about what others think. In other words, the only risk that exists in any business is yourself and your mind. I encourage you to do the following. You must invest in your mind before you put your money or invest in any type of business, including mine. It's a vehicle, and two types of drivers can control it. You have a person who's intoxicated versus someone who is clear-headed. One consumed something that clouded their judgment while the other fed themselves with something that heightened their judgment. Which one will wreck the car? If the driver drives off the road, will you blame the car, the manufacturer of the brand of car? Maybe it's the tire's fault for not grabbing the road quick enough. How about the steering wheel? Clearly it could have developed a mind of its own and saw the collision and jerked straight to stay on the road, yes? Silly suggestions, right? So the common sense thing here is to see that the driver is clearly the one to blame. Yet, when someone failed to read and study about their state of mind and conquer their demons that justify their poverty and lack of resources but put money on a business opportunity because it looks good that they will fail, they still blame the business opportunity and not look in the mirror. Not because the business itself is a failure. Clearly there are others successful in this venture, but because the driver of this financial vehicle is impaired with intoxicating drama, gossip, he say, she say, and the entertainment that does not give value to their life at all, then they show this not only in their professional life, but also in their personal life. So, do not take this personal with them. Build your mind, and the customers and business partners will organically and naturally come. Seek out the king within your dome and all of his knowledge of the ages, and all the stuff and the lifestyle will be added unto your life. But this here is truly an inside personal job. And then, when your family see with their own eyeballs your success being expressed after your investment within, then allow their curiosity to ask you about your opportunity. They may say they live by faith and not by sight, but unfortunately, sometimes this industry can show you otherwise. Thank you for listening.